The design process with customers is something that I think is something that Epic offers that not a lot of builders offer. You know, how do we work with you on a one-to-one basis, not only with us but our staff, but also how do we work with outside design firms?
I always find this very interesting because thanks to Home and Garden Television, DIY, and some of these other channels, you have a lot of customers that believe that what they see in those shows is what every builder in town is going to provide them. And the reality is it's probably no builder in town is really going to provide them.
I know everybody doesn't dress as nice.
Yeah, there you go. I know this, that when I speak to vendors that sell products, whether it's tile stores, carpet stores, wood floors, whatever, they say they never see any builders. That when those customers come in, they handle those customers for the builder. So everything the builder knows, all the information they learned about that client is not part of that meeting.
And I find that real
That's just
surprising because
unbelievable.
when we go in there, sometimes we go to the tile store. When we first start with a new vendor, we show up to these meetings and the vendor is almost looking at us like, okay, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here? Why is there a builder here?
And you know why we're there? We're there because if we're not, you're going to sell them the most expensive thing you have, and I don't want to have to take blame for that.
Well, the other part of that too is that the person that might be selling the tile, they don't know what the granite's going to look like. They have no idea what the aesthetic of the house is. They may only have 10 minutes to learn everything they can about that customer, and we've been working with that customer for months. And for the builder not to be there is such a huge disservice to the client, because now all that information, all that stuff the client has imparted is not part of that meeting, and not to mention the budget is not part of that meeting, which is unbelievable, big part. But not just the budget, the look. I mean, if you go and pick a bunch of things individually and then you put them together, you have a better shot of making things look like an Andy Warhol painting than you have them looking like a Picasso or something else. I mean, Michelangelo, whatever.
Goes together.
Yeah, something that goes together where everything flows and looks really nice. And so you're probably going to spend more money. It's not going to look as good, so you're going to have some buyer's remorse as a result of that. And if you have to tell your friends and family, I spent this much money on that tile, you've already lost it. If it doesn't stand on its own and wake up and walk up and say, look at me, I'm pretty, then you've wasted your money. And you need somebody there to kind of talk that sense into you. And that builder should be part of that equation, and they're oftentimes not. Not like they are on television. In the real world, you're on your own. And I think that makes Epic dynamically different in that specific area, as well as other design support, like working with outside designers. And then we do a lot of layouts and things that make the installation process go better. And I just believe there is such a difference between us and what the other builders are providing in this area. That is one of those that I feel very confident to say is night and day. And that the average customer on the street probably has no real sense of how important that really is.
Mm-hmm.